What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
The Pinky and the Brain. Yes, Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. They're laboratory mice. Their teams can't concise. They're Pinky and the Brain. Brain, 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 brain. Before each night is done, their plan will be unfurled by the dawning of the sun. They'll take over the world. They're Pinky and the Brain. Yes, Pinky and the Brain. Their twilight campaign is easy to explain. To prove their mousy work, they'll overthrow the earth. They're Pinky and the Brain. Brain, 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 brain.
Here we are to scrape the bullshit off the truth once again.
Hey, Lenny, it's Thursday, and it's January the 28th, and it's 9 p.m., and you know what? I think they're asleep, so it's time to come out and play, and, you know, we've got an arsenal, and we intend to use it. We're going to connect the dots, bare our minds, and I think we need to be frenetic. Let's go for it.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
We're back on the air with Shop Talk and Shock Talk.
And we're intellectual thugs, I think.
And you became a spy when the media betrayed the truth. And they sure did betray the truth. Mrs. Steele, this week, the bullshit button had so many uses with the Spate of the Union and Harpaquake, Haiti Harpaquake. And what else was it? We've
got that, the Davos summit that's
Davos.
going on. Davos Summit.
Davis Summit.
Davos.
My bullshit button ran out of power by yesterday.
Mine's still working.
Step right up.
Hold it up to the mic.
Your bullshit ear.
Yeah.
I like that button.
Yeah.
It rocks in my purse.
Certainly our first slide, Blue, our first slide there, which we've got on there. Is it real news or CNN news? The liars and whores of the oil-soaked monopoly press, spy-riddled monopoly press, were so busy last night with the Spate of the Union. And, oh, man, it was heavy boardroom bullshit.
Yeah, but you know what what he said?
What
What
did he
Obama
say?
said? He said the worst of the storm has passed. I think he's still talking about that change stuff, you know, like promising change, and you know what that really means.
Yeah. Yeah,
there isn't going to be any change. It's not going to be good change.
No, there's not any
Well, he
good
couldn't get
change.
that health bill through, could he?
No, he couldn't get the health bill.
Couldn't do it. So there's the Myrie Clay again.
Yeah, it's interesting how the forces that have taken over with this 1963 coup have taken over all the branches of government, and they're doing their best now they figure the way to destroy the United States is to spend it into oblivion. And people are starting to wake up in the United States and go, whoa, he's got health care and this care and that care, and he's going to try and destroy the nation by giving it away to the bankers and a million other things. The question is, how long will it take for him to destroy it?
Well, you know, he's trying to reconnect with the Americans. You know, they're recession weary, and you know what? But I think the Canadians, it says that U.S. president still rocks Canada. But you know what he said here? He said, starting today, we must pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and begin again the work of remaking America.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Can they do it?
Yeah.
The Pharaoh, he's going to make them do it with blood, sweat, tears, and toil.
Yeah. Now, let's go to our next slide, okay? Mrs. Steele, do you want to just mention you've got your avatar glasses?
I put these on, but they're kind of a little blurry, you know, that it distorts everything. Well, you've got your Skolnick report.
Yeah, there's our Skolnick report. The
and we have to
October
talk
surprise, which we're going to talk about.
So we have to talk about the giants, the shoulders that we stand on. We should always mention that every show. We've got Mae Russell, we've got Sherman Skolnick, McLuhan. John
F. Kennedy's Secret
so
Society speech. I think that I guess there's a lot of people listening to the show who have been able to connect the dots and do see that there's a lot of planning and cover-ups backstage, that they're state secrets. We're not so much get into conspiracy theory. We don't get that term has been put out there to hide and cover up.
Can we basically say that history is planned?
Yeah, the upper echelons.
It's planned.
Well, we used
They're
to
playing
say
a chess game, aren't they?
The ordinary person is
Yeah.
taught that history happens by accident, but the upper echelons know that history is planned.
So they've been planning all of this for quite some time. We know that.
Absolutely, and
so
one of the books I want to recommend that I brought tonight, Mrs. Steele, is a book called The Secret Terrorists by Bill Hughes. And he goes into the history and quotes from a lot of people, like Senator Robert Owen, placed in the Congressional Record of April 25th, 1916, a statement that the Holy Alliance, which was the Congress of Vienna, the European sovereigns convened a general council in Vienna, Austria in 1814, and it was become to be known as the Congress of Vienna. And the purpose was, quote, this is from Senator Robert Owen, it was because of this conspiracy against the American republics by the European monarchies that the great English statesman Canning called the attention of our government to it. And basically, they started to realize that there was this a group of Jesuits against the American Republic, and there's an array of books been written about it. And of course, we always talk about Eric Phelps, but there's a lot of other people, and over the next couple of weeks and months, we're going to talk about all the people who've written things about it. In 1894, for instance, R.W. Thompson, American Secretary of the Navy, wrote that the Pope desired to devote the Jesuits to destroying the free government of the United States. That's from the book The Footprints of the Jesuits, Hunt and Eaton, 1894, page 251. We're going to go through all the array of books that mentions warnings by people who were very, very high level. And
well, are you also finding that we're being warned in the news? I mean, they're exposing a lot of the Jesuits. They're exposing so many things. You know, it's Bohemian Grove. All those things are out in the open. There's a book by Dan Brown. It's about the secret society, the Freemasons. There's an article in the paper. It's called A Sign of the Times. Dan Brown's book on Freemasons tops the list during boom library lending years. So all this stuff is being talked about and exposed now. Yeah, and we know it's because they're shedding their skin and they're going into the next phase. Well, so they're morphing, right?
Even at the end time, even evil in all its proportions gets exposed.
It does get exposed.
Yeah.
And that's because the foundation, you know, with the internet, the technology, it allows people to see into their world, and they don't like that very much.
Absolutely.
So they keep coming up with new hoaxes and new heists.
There's the
I know
sirens.
they're here again. I mean, they haven't been around for a while, but
and they send out sirens.
Well, look, we're the civilian news for the masses. The reality check. Ooh, I think they're here. Uh-oh, Lenny.
Yeah. Now let's go on. You know, Mrs. Steele, I wanted to read to you.
Okay.
No, it's okay.
What have you got?
I wanted to read to you in a letter from John Adams. You know, we talk about standing on the shoulder of giants.
Yep.
In a letter from John Adams to then President Thomas Jefferson about the Jesuits. Listen to what Adams said, quote, and this is from a book by George Reamer called The New Jesuits, Little Brown and Company, publisher, 1971. He quotes this letter. Shall we not have regular swarms of them, meaning the Jesuits, here in as many disguises as only a king of the gypsies can assume, dressed as painters, publishers, writers, and schoolmasters,